we taking it up. What? Hey, what's poppin', everybody? It's your girl Ariel, aka Ari, coming back at you with another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I just appreciate it all. So in today's video, I am so excited because y'all don't understand. I have been waiting for this video that I'm about to watch for the past year. The collaboration between Terrell and the Walls Group. Boom! I am so excited. I absolutely love Terrell's YouTube channel. I've been rolling with him since like he just started, and I love the Walls Group since time. Last year he did a reaction to their video and I was just like, oh my goodness, I need to see them do a collaboration, and bing bang boom, it happened. So I'm excited, I'm ready. So we're just gonna get into this video. Something's in my eye. Now is not the time. Now is not the time. You see how the devil works? He knows we about to witness greatness, so he's trying to put something in my eye. And he thought he could come up against us as a flood. But little did he know, we about to flood this bad boy right out. What am I doing? I need a mirror. Oh, there's two? See why patience is a virtue? I was here waiting a year for one, but the Lord said no. Double for your trouble. Hey, let's start with the first one then. Shoot. Oh look, he has a question underneath. I didn't even know you could do this. How do you do this on your channel? If I gave you the word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, what would you say? It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. Yo, I got that. You scoot over so y'all can see. Wait, I'm not ready. If everything I have someday I don't understand. I will be satisfied with you. I don't understand. How did they do that? His intro is so lit. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Terrell. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah. You're welcome. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me. He wasn't really talking to me. I kind of realized that. It's okay. I'm so excited right now. You're excited? This episode. He thinks he's excited. You don't know how excited I am? What? Okay, let me stop pausing. When I tell you there are some words on this card that is going to provoke you to sing certain songs, I cannot be held responsible. It's not helping us. Take hold of my black body. You and I both. You're a group, but individually, y'all are cold. Real. Ice cream. Ice cream. Who said they don't like chocolate? Who said they didn't like chocolate? Which one of them said they didn't like chocolate? Y'all don't provoke me before you about to slay my life. Don't provoke me. What you mean you don't like chocolate? Who said that? All is forgiven. We shall move on. I'm gonna watch the whole thing. I just probably won't put the whole thing in the video. There is a spider on the ground. We need to kill it. I am sorry. No, it's a jumping spider. Yo, that thing jumped. When I tell you that spider just jumped. Let's get it. Why am I so excited? I don't understand. I like gas, ass like exes. You're gonna be fun. Wow. You're gonna be. Did he just wait? What did he just? Okay, no, we're going back. What you say? I like gas. You like gas? I like gas. I can't stand this kid. And in 10 seconds, you're gonna have to sing the first song that comes to your head. Now, I know y'all 4 people, so whoever starts it off, I hope the rest of you know the song because that's what you're singing. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. But honestly, the cool thing about this is that they're siblings, and because I sing with my sister, if someone says a word, we both burst out and sing it, and it's like I would say 99% of the time we start singing the same song. That's crazy. I didn't think of that. We actually play song association all the time. I just can't say that we are always perfect in harmony every single time we start off. It usually takes a solid 5 seconds before we can. Your first word, real easy. Love. You see what I mean? How they just came in perfect harmony? how many seconds that took them to come in at all the right parts perfectly. Let's count the seconds. 2, 3, 4. 4 seconds. 4 seconds for all of them to come in perfect harmony. Beat that. That was Terrell.
What was the no? I felt the yes.
I felt the yes too. I don't know what's going on.
You just started the song. And the rest of y'all just jumped in. How did y'all know when and where?
Right? She said, I didn't know. Oh, yes? Okay, listen. They're a quartet. I know they're real modern. But if you're a quartet, church person, church group, whatever. If you get the word yes, you better be singing the church yes song. Like, there's so many church yes songs. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but there's like so many yes songs in church that you just, I swear if they don't do one of them, it has to be some kind of like old school yes. Like one I know is, for example, yeah, there's so many yeses, I'm mixing it up. Yes, yes, I say yes, 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 I say yes, Lord, I say yes, Lord. Oh, there's another one. I say yes, Lord, yes. Or there's another one. Yes, 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 yes. Like there's just so many yes songs. You know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I say all that to say they better sing some kind of old school church yes song, okay? Whatever it is. Let's go. Internet. Sorry, my Wi-Fi be acting up lately.
Yes. Yes.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I don't know which yes song it is, but once you do that, that means it's a church yes song. What did I tell you? Why don't I know this song? It's a church yes song. I don't care. Why do I know this though? I will say yeah. Why do I know this song? Oh, they taking it up. Woo! What? Did y'all hear how they took that up? Did you hear that? Yes, Terrell, that's me right now. Like honestly. Okay, commercial break. God knows we need a commercial break after that. Jeez, come through harmonies. Say yeah. Y'all, I'm already getting hot. Like I'm getting hot. It's too early for this. This is just the second word. To Jesus. Nope.
It's all of that.
That tone. Wow, chill. That's Erica Campbell. Oh yeah, that would have been nice. This is me. And it don't stop. Yes! This girl was like, what song is that? Don't kill me. This is my song. You do it for me. Rhea, what are you doing? What are you doing? Rhea, I was waiting for that soprano to hit my soul and you just stayed silent. It's like, I don't understand what's going on.
Then I said the word and you just came in the harmony.
What? Whoa.
Episodes for Jesus. It's so just
it's a beautiful song. I've killed that song. I play it too much. I had to stop.
Don't give me that.
I literally had to stop playing the song. Because you know when you love a song so much, you play it so often, but then you need to stop playing it or else you're going to start hating it. So I'm in that stage right now where I don't listen to it anymore because I don't want to dislike it. Oh, y'all heard that?
Being with you makes
All things better.
satisfied.
If they don't do their own song, I'm gonna punch every one of them. Okay, good. Cause I was about to punch them if they did not do their own song. I think this is the song I love to hear them sing most with their harmonies.
And my dreams never come true. Will I be satisfied with you? And if no one ever knows,
Do y'all hear them? Do you guys hear them?
my gifts don't bring me fame. If everything I have is made up,
It's just so beautiful.
will I be satisfied with you? I like it.
I like it too. Yes, smack him. Thank you. Someone needed to smack somebody. Terrell just knew.
My voice almost cracked.
Oh, I'm about to write you a ticket, sir.
My name
Daryl.
and my
Daryl, stop.
gifts don't bring me fame. If everything I have someday I lose, I will be satisfied.
Where are these? How does he know to do this?
With you.
I can't even make a sound right now. Can someone smack him again, maybe? Smack him again.
And someone just asked me point out here, they were like, how do you know that God is real? Right? And my simplest answer was, because everything that I've asked him to do has been done. And everything that I've ever needed, I have. Personally, how do you know God is real? You go first.
I feel like my experiences. That's what I would say. Really words, but like I'm terrible.
I understand what you mean, still. I totally get
my
it.
life experience, there was no other way I made it through what I made it through, or I got through what I got through.
What solidified the reality of who God was to me was He would send people to me like that didn't have an inkling of what I was going through or didn't know, like I wouldn't say it, but He would send people to me at the right time.
You came out.
Here,
We here, 2019 and strong.
For me personally, I think that we've all experienced life in a crazy way at one point. Like Paco had the depression thing and the suicidal thing, and I also had the suicidal thing that I remember. How, oh yeah, what? You know, you just kind of start losing yourself. Like, wow, I don't really understand. So I'd rather just not be here than to deal with all this stuff. But also just knowing that the fact that you have breath in your lungs, that's God. You know what I'm saying? God is life. God is the source.
What would you say to anybody, any of you, maybe going through something like that?
your life has purpose. Your life has meaning. There's nothing too big. You're stronger than you think you are. You have everything that you need to deal with what you're facing because you
That's
are
crucial.
a child of God. You lack nothing. You have the authority to speak things into existence, to speak over situations, and they will change.
I think the crazy thing is that so many people, what we don't see and that we don't get is that we have so much authority that's literally God-given to make situations and circumstances move out the way and do exactly what you say. Like, the reality is, it's hard for people like us, the average human being, who grows up in a society where you don't have that much power. You don't have much to say. That's just basically this. Even though, yes, we live in a world where, yes, we have freedom of speech, we have all this. But generally, the powers that be is kind of who control what we do. They control where we go. They tell us what our salary bracket's gonna be, you know, they tell us where we're gonna reach in life. If you were born to poor parents, well, guess what? You're gonna be poor. Or if you were born in the ghetto, guess what? You staying in the ghetto. And little stuff like that, where it's all very systematic and very oppressive. Even though I live in Canada, and yes, Canada is like the free place, and we have no racism. That is a lie. That is the biggest lie that so many Canadians preach, which is really weird to me. But even in a place like Canada, where it's literally systematic oppression, people are oppressed systematically, and that's why it's so hard to beat. So now when you have someone who's birthed into a place like that, into a society like that, where you essentially have no power even though you're told the total opposite, it's kind of hard for you to go to church now and someone look at you in the face and say, oh, by the way, you have the power that goes beyond what you know, that if you look at something and you tell it to move, it's gonna move. And you're kind of like, what? Now you say that to a person who's super religious, it sounds nice, right? But a lot of people, they say it, but they don't really believe it, because if they believed it, they would not be in half of the junk that they're in right now. And that's a reality. That's a fact. A lot of people say these things because they've been in church for like 20 plus years. They say these things, but if you really look at their lives, they don't believe it. Because if they really did believe it, they would not be facing, they would not still be dealing with the same thing they've been dealing with for the past 10 years. And I'm not saying that life is easy where you can just go, it's peaches and cream, and you say, I want a good life, and boop, a good life happens. No, there is a battle, there is a fight, there's a test, there's a trial, yes. But at the end of the day, if you believe that with all your heart, that if you look at that mountain and you say be moved, it will be moved. I've tried it out and it worked. Even like when he was talking about how he was in depression, I did go through that when I was what, like 14, I believe. When I was 14 years old, I sunk into such a deep depression, because listen, everything went wrong. Like everything that you could think could go wrong went wrong in the span of a year. My family and I were like, we lost everything. We lost our home, we lost our education, because I know that sounds really weird, because in Quebec it's kind of trippy, where I'll try and condense it. As you can see, I'm English speaking, and even though I'm born in Quebec, which is a French province, I don't know French. I've been around English and soaked in English my whole life. So we went to private school, an English private school. Again, like, we lost our home, we had zero money, and basically we couldn't afford to go to private school anymore. When you switch from private school to public school, they force you into French school, right? So you have no choice, you have no right to go to an English school, which is, up to this day, it's one of the biggest issues plaguing Quebec right now. Like, there's so much going on with the language laws, where they're literally taking our rights away to go. We have no rights to go to English school. So here I was, 14 years old, forced into high school. This is grade 9, guys, where you're learning crazy algebra and all this stuff. No introduction program, no help to get us to be able to function properly. So I was failing everything, and I was always an A student. The teachers are speaking, and it sounds like Chinese to me. We faced racist, prejudiced students, because on top of being black, we were English, right? And then on top of being all that, we were females. So you're kind of just at the bottom of the food chain. You could feel the discrimination, not just from students, but from teachers. And that was all happening the same year we lost our home. That was the same year we lost all my friends, like people that I knew as friends from young. So you could only imagine the state of mind I was in. But I say all that to say, I actually have a conscious memory. I can't tell you what day it was, but I remember the day where, in the middle of it, I don't know, and that's again how I know God is real, because I don't know where that strength came from. I don't know where that click came from, because it doesn't even make sense how it happened. It was just one day I said, you know what? I don't want to be depressed. This has never been my story, and I never wanted it to be my story, and I don't want it to be my story. So I looked at, like, figuratively, but I saw it. I looked at the school and I said, I'm gonna beat you. This whole thing that's happening, you're going to move. Again, I don't know where I found the strength to do it. I don't know what happened, but I know it had to be God. That's the only explanation. And I said, no, this is not what I want, and I'm not dealing with it. I spoke it, and I believed it with every single fiber of my being. And what I didn't realize I was doing in that moment, because in that moment I thought I was just talking, but I didn't realize I was utilizing the authority that God gave me as his child to look at it and say, I don't want you, why are you here? Move. And when I tell you, that year I overcame, because again, picture it, I was hearing Chinese in the class, like it didn't make any sense, and I passed every single one of my subjects, and I did better than many of the French students. In French class, my average was higher than the class average. in French class. And this is not French class in English school. French class in English school is like easy, it's basics. But French class in French school is equivalent to English class in English school. It's advanced. That doesn't make sense because I didn't understand what they were saying. I didn't realize what a powerful thing really happened when I did that. It was not just me talking and me with my physical strength overcoming that. It was literally me tapping into that authority that the Bible's been telling us that we have from the beginning of time. So we have to use it. And that's why I say a lot of believers, they say that they believe these things, they quote scriptures and they do all this and they say hallelujah in church and they stomp in their feet and they look like the most holy of holy, but their life is literally a mess. They've been going through that same mess for the past 20 years, and that's not the life. That's not how we reflect Christ. That's not reflecting God. I don't care what anybody says. You can say I'm being harsh, but no. You can't be going through the same crappy situation that you've been dealing with for the past 20 years and then still saying, oh, I'm just barely making it through due to the mercies of God. No, that's not our story. That's not our plight. As soon as you believe and you accept Him as God, that is yours. And it all really leads back to the fact that we are literally children of God. Like, we're God's children. And it's not just a saying. Like, you don't just take that as, oh, it's a fancy saying, yes, I'm a child of God, and everyone's just like saying it because it's just a thing to say. And that's the problem. We turn these real powerful statements into just cliches. If you think about it, if you're actually a child of God, which means you're a child of the King of the universe, if you understand what a king is, a king's word is law. So if a king says something, it has to be. There's no question about it. There's no republic. There's no democracy, no voting. And when you are a king's child, you are a prince or a princess, whatever, you have that same authority. When a prince goes to his father, the king, and asks something, and the king says yes, that becomes law. So now when the prince says it, it's law. When the child of the king says it, it's law because the king okayed it. So that's why when you go to him and you ask him these questions and he says, yes, I'll give it to you. Guess what? When you go and you go to whatever situation you were talking about and say the same thing the king says, guess what? It's not even just you saying it. It comes as if your father said it. So it's a chain reaction. That's the reason why we're called children. It's not just to be fancy and cute. It's literal law. And that's what we have to apply to our daily lives. If you don't apply that, you're missing out. It's the only reason why I have this room right now. Every single day, I thank God for this room that I'm in, for this camera that I have, for this ring light that I have. All this was unrealistic. This was a mirage to me a few years ago. And when I saw that it worked for school, I was like, you mean I could just say something like that and this miracle could happen in school? Well, let me just start applying that to my whole life. And guess what? Look at this. It may not be a lot to you guys, but to me, this is a lot. And there's so much more. This is just the beginning. Tapping into that is like tapping into gold. It's tapping into the kingdom that Jesus was talking about. It's tapping into that information. That's what that is. And that's what excites me. Realizing that, whoa, I just scratched the surface of what Jesus was talking about when he was here. Now I understand why he was preaching it so much, about why we're sons and why why his sacrifice reconciled us to our Father. Now that we're reconciled to our Father, we're reconciled to the King. And if you're reconciled to the King, that means you can do anything once it's in his will. And he wants you to have the world. The earth is your inheritance. In the right tense. I'm not saying like the world in like the wrong tense. You know what I mean? Like everything that's for you, he wants you to have. Well, you think I'm gonna sit here and when I feel a little sad, just let that sadness just overcome me and turn into depression and just have me roll up in a ball and just stay in my room and cry, hoping and asking God, why did this happen? Why did this person say this thing about me? No, I personally don't have the time for it anymore. That's just a whole bunch of distractions that the enemy tries to throw you away so that you don't see that you have your authority. That's the scariest thing for him. Y'all don't understand. The devil does everything in his power to make you not know that. That's why he's not too intimidated by a lot of things that Christians say and do, because it's just, we just say it for fun and to be cute and to have a little church praise break and all that stuff. That doesn't scare him. Those things don't scare him, because at the end of the day, that's not where the real power is. The thing that scares him is you finding out that you have literal kingship authority. That's what he's scared of. For you to find out that if you literally look at a situation and say, be moved, he doesn't want you to find out that you could actually move it. I'm gonna tap into that. And y'all gonna see it too. Wow, that's not where I meant to go with this video at all. I'm sorry. I got so sidetracked. Let's finish up this video and see if there's another song or something.
It's necessary.
Necessary.
The word is beautiful. Oh my God. That ain't what I want you to say. That ain't it.
Wait, what song? Oh my gosh, I forgot about this song. Oh, and I killed this song when it came out.
I'm lost in my own life, knock down every door, let me receive more, till the whole world knows you make everything beautiful. You make everything
You can listen to them all right there, guys. It's such a good song. And yo, Daryl went off on at the end of that song, if I remember correctly.
Put that back on the set list.
Put it back. Put it back.
But that's right. The best part is he sees it, he knows it, he loves you anyway. He sees it, he saw it before you did it, and he loves you anyway.
That is true. That is
He
true.
knew you before you were forming your mother's womb. He loved you anyway. He loved this part of you. He loved you anyway.
Bishop.
He loved you anyway.
I'm recording. Let me just put this phone down and clap. Y'all better sing. You love, you've done for me. Thank you, Lord. You've done for me. You gotta do the stank church face when you hear this kind of music.
That's pretty good. I like you guys.
He's like, I like you guys. But yeah. That is it for the video, guys. Wow, I thoroughly enjoyed that video. I knew I was gonna love it, but I just didn't think it was gonna take the direction that it did. Oh yeah, today's Canada Day, by the way. Happy Canada Day to all of my fellow Canadians. We actually have to go perform at a Canada Day event in the park today, so this is just really, I don't know, I just feel more equipped. Make sure you thumbs this up, you comment down below. He asked a really good question in that video there, and I'm gonna ask you guys that same question. What made you realize God was real? Like this video, comment down below, share with all your friends. Super special shout out to our featured subby of today's video. Bam! Thank you so much for your support. I love and appreciate you. I hope that you were having a great day, a great week, a great year, and a fantastic life. God bless you. If you guys want to be featured in my next video, you already know what to do. Go ahead and comment down below. And of course, you do that by subscribing to join the gang so we can hang. Hey, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video tomorrow. Give my life tomorrow. I thought about today. That's another one. My sister, if she was here, she would have sung the same one. I guarantee. I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.